honest person. So Christina's right. You can go in the bar and talk.
And not have any problems.
Not have any problems.
You can, like you were saying, we can go into the other countries, we can talk, we can find out what their views are. We don't have to fight for them if our views don't match.
Right, and we don't
So it's okay for us to stay back, stay out, mind our own businesses if there's things that we don't agree with.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. Now, some people here in the U.S. are gonna think, oh, well, that's not fair, that's not fair. But it's not our position to walk in and overtake. That's what we've done in the past. We've walked in, we try to overtake everything, and that's not where we should be.
Right.
We should be able to communicate, and if there are certain things that we like and certain things we can agree to, then we will fight with you, but not for you.
Right. So,
that's all I'm saying.
Unfortunately,
and that's what he's saying.
Unfortunately, in today's climate, we are so polarized.
We are.
If you're for candidate A or candidate B, the other side is, oh my God, the devil is out. And that's just not true.
No.
No.
Because it's all a politics.
Right.
It's not who's the head of it, it's who's in it.
Right.
That's corruptive.
All right. Very good. Well, we can agree on that.
Yeah.
We can agree on what...
Well, just because that's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
Know who they are and know how to negotiate. If you can't negotiate with them, walk away. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with walking away. As long as you don't give up your core person, your core rights, your core, you know, who you are as an individual. It's okay.
All right. Let's move on then, since we all agree. Warning against idolatry, chapter 10.
My favorite.
Huh?
My favorite. Idolatry. Because I don't partake in it.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I know. I should get me some little idols. Okay. I should. I don't know what I do with them, but I can get them. I know where, and I won't say it because it upsets you.
For I want you to know, brothers,
and sisters,
that our fathers were all under the cloud and all passed through the sea. And all were baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea. And all ate the same spiritual food, and all drank the same spiritual drink. For they drank from the spiritual rock that followed them, and the rock was Christ. Nevertheless, with most of them God was not pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things took place as examples for us, that we might not desire evil as they did. Do not be idolaters, as some of them were, as it is written. The people sat down to eat and drank and rose up to play. We must not indulge in sexual immorality, as some of them did. And 23,000 fell in a single day. We must not put Christ to the test, as some of them did, and were destroyed by serpents. Nor grumble, as some of them did, and were destroyed by the destroyer. Now these things happened to them as an example, but they were written down for our instruction, on whom the end of the age has come. Therefore let anyone who thinks that he stands, take heed lest he fall. No temptation has overtaken you that is not common to men. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, he will also provide the way of escape, that you may be able to endure it.
So see, everybody has gone through the same temptations. Everybody. You choose whether or not it will overtake you. It's your choice.
Right. Therefore, my beloved, flee from idolatry. I speak as to sensible people. Judge for yourselves what I say. The cup of blessing that we bless is not a participation in the blood of Christ. The bread that we break is not a participation in the body of Christ. Because there is one bread, we who are many are one body. For we all partake of the one bread. Consider the people of Israel. Are not those who eat the sacrifice participants in the altar? What do I imply then? The food offered to idols is anything, or that an idol is anything. No, I imply that what pagan sacrifice they offer to demons and not to God. I do not want you to be participants with demons. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons. You cannot partake of the table of the Lord and the table of demons. Shall we provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than he?
No.
All things are lawful, but not all things are helpful. All things are lawful, but not all things build up. Let no one seek his own good, but the good of his neighbor. Eat whatever is sold in the meat market without raising any question on the grounds of conscience. For the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. If one of the unbelievers invites you to dinner and you are disposed to go, eat whatever is set before you without raising any question on the grounds of conscience. But if someone says to you, this has been offered in sacrifice, then do not eat it for the sake of the one who informed you and for the sake of conscience. I do not mean your conscience, I do not mean your conscience, but this. For why
But his.
I'm sorry?
But his.
But his. For why should my liberty be determined by someone else's conscience? If I partake with that fullness, why am I denounced because of that for which I give thanks? So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God. Give no offense to Jews or to Greeks or to the church of God, just as I try to please everyone in everything I do, not seeking my own advantage, but that of many, that they may be saved. Be imitators of me as I am of Christ.
Exactly. So then when I was told to come up and partake in communion at the church, I would have been lying to myself and to God. And that's what I told the individual. You preach only those of this particular religion can partake. No outsiders. So for them to sit there and go, oh yeah, well, don't listen to that part of it. Just come up because we understand how faithful you are to God. Well, that's lying. That's being a hypocrite. Because they say, only you who are our family within this church can partake. Now I've told them, take that part out and I can partake. But you choose not to. So you're telling me not to, but yet you're telling me to come in through the back door and lie to the congregation, lie to God, and I cannot do that. God comes first. So I didn't.
Well, good for you.
I know.
Good for you.
I know.
We're going to stop now because I can't find a way to criticize Christina today.
I know.
It's just boring. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Paul is solid. Christina's been solid. I think I'm solid. And remember, be open and kind and look for the good. Don't be ignorant of the evil, but look for the good. Two things can be done, and that's what Paul is saying. He is not saying the extreme of one or the other. Do both.
Compromise.
And then judge. Exactly.
Compromise. Understand both sides.
In the sense of, of evaluation.
Yeah.
Right.
Understand both sides.
Does not mean it's for you.
Mm-mm.
In fact, something can be good and not for you.
Exactly. And that's okay. If it's good for the majority, but not good for you yourself.
That's fine.
So to sacrifice not being good for oneself, but benefits others, then that's okay. Exactly. And that's the godly way to do things.
Exactly.
But you have to be open to listen to both sides.
Right. Okay. Very, very good.
Unless it's a demon.
Unless it's a demon. I would say yes, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
But you listen to the demon. You still listen.
I think you should stop while you're ahead.
No. Because again, how do you know it's a demon until you listen to it?
Well, that's different though. That's a point. Yeah.
You don't know when angels walk among us. You don't know when the devil walks.
But once you find out.
Once you find out, then you break.
Right.
And you run.
All right.
And you never.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to stop there. Thank you for this time to share the Lord's Word through Paul. Thank you for being you as you